What loophole did you exploit before someone found out? I used to work for Sears as a teen. When someone came in without the rewards program, I would just put my own info in. That way my sales percentage for rewards members didn't drop, and I got all of their points. The amount of coupons and free money was insane, especially when I was working back in the tools department. I didn't stop until they started upgrading their ancient point-of-sale system. I also had an employee discount of 20 on Softlines clothes, home, etc. and 10 on Hardlines tools, which they didn't take away for a few years after I quit. For a while, you could buy coins from the US Treasury using credit cards. They would ship them to you for free. If you had a rewards credit card, let's say an airline one, you could buy thousands of dollars of coins. Go to a bank, deposit them, and then pay your credit card back. It was a good way to get a ton of points for flying without ever paying for anything. They stopped doing this. Had a college professor that insisted on doing all tests and quizzes online. If you looked at the page review page source, all of the answers for each multiple answer question had a marker on which one was correct. No one ever found out, but they didn't know how to set up Unix when I was in college. You could drop to the parent directory in programming classes and go into the other classmates' folders, see how they were coding their projects. Just in case you couldn't figure out a section of your code, McDonald's app uses to give out free iced coffee with $1 purchase. After doing this daily, they finally nerfed it to $5 purchase for free iced coffee. I once got a cat dog piggy bank by clicking their online game's next button repeatedly for more points. It was the second prize, but was the neatest thing ever. Free sandwiches from CFA based on location. Used GPS spoofer and got tons of free sandwiches a week on multiple acts. I think I got about 5,000 worth of sandwiches and nuggets before they banned me. A new fast food place opened near my work. My mother-in-law got me a gift card to the place as a birthday gift. I went on opening day and tried to use my gift card. They said the system wasn't in place yet and just gave me my food for free. This worked for almost a month. It was the best gift card I ever had. Started with 20 on it and I got at least 100 worth of food. Found a website where you had to vote for best diving liveaboard company. It was shared by a company in the competition trying to boost the votes. The first prize was a dive trip in the Maldives for 1 week on their liveaboard. I found a flaw in the voting system and asked the company trying to win if they counted individual votes as entries or one person gets one vote. They replied that each vote counted as an entry. Politely told them to prepare me as the winner. The flaw in the website was that it used simple cookies to check if someone has already voted. Made a script to vote and clear cookies, rinse and repeat. I had a great trip scuba diving for a week in the Maldives. My college had a points-based meal plan. 100 points equaled approx. 6.50. We used special credit card swipers that were able to swipe our ID when using these points. Midway through my first year, they decided to install self-serve kiosks that could give you cashback. If you swiped your card as if you were going to pay, asked for cashback on the kiosk, and then canceled the transaction on the special swiper before it went through on the main kiosk, it would give you cash without deducting the points. So basically free money. As far as I could tell, nobody found out I was doing it because I never saw any point deductions from my ID card and nobody ever talked to me about it. I made about 300 for free. They disabled the cashback option after a couple weeks though. Edit. I should add, this was before tap-to-pay or EMV chips. The whole system was obviously very shoddily put together. Back when physical media video rentals were still a thing, we were gifted a Blockbuster gift card for a free rental. The card proved to be unbreakable. Every time we rented a movie, I would hand the clerk the card. They would scan the barcode on the card, hand the card back, and the movie was free. We used the card for about 3 years until our local Blockbuster closed. There was obviously some sort of software error, but the gift card was never rejected. Microsoft back in the day had a marketplace that used Microsoft points. You could buy games, Xbox controllers, Xboxes, etc. But it was a marketing program that just wanted you to use Bing instead of Google X200B. I can't remember most games, but I know there was a game called Chictionary or something like that, and me being a little turd who liked computers, I found a bot that played the game for me, X200B. I got so much free shit from that lol X200B. https://wikipedia.org wiki Chictionary. When my baby was in the NICU for 2 weeks after birth, I realized if I waited for about 30 seconds, the hospital car park barrier would just open without me having paid. Saved a lot of money. Buffalo Wild Wings used to have a check-in thing. Check in enough times and you get a free meal. The office I worked in was close enough, geographically, that I could check in from there without physically going to the restaurant. A bunch of coworkers and I had an alarm to check in every day, and then once we all had the free meal, we'd go there for lunch. I got probably 4 or 5 free meals out of it before BWW revamped that system. My old apartment complex had a soda vending machine at the pool that was broken. If you put in 50 cents and pressed the button, nothing happened. If you put in another 50 cents and pressed the button, nothing happened. But if you put 50 cents in a third time and pressed the button, you'd get 3 sodas. I could see the vending machine from my couch. So I would watch for someone to try, and then try again, and then give up without trying a third time. And then I'd head over and get 3 sodas for 50 cents. Parking spot in the corner of my college dorm lot. It wasn't a spot as it had a parking curb placed in its location like parallel in the middle of the spot, not marking the end of the spot where the front wheels would bump. My car sat high enough that I parked there for a good year before I got my wheel booted. Still saved $1,500. There's a coupon on Domino's Pizza that allows you to put as many toppings on the pizza as you want, including extra anything, and the price does not go up. For a year I lived in a house in London that was split into 3 flats. The landlord had submitted meter readings before I moved in, so I just waited for each new bill to put my name on the accounts. When we moved out, I went to submit the meter readings and couldn't figure out who was supplying our gas heating and cooking. Couldn't find any bills, couldn't see any payments from my bank accounts, it was a mystery. Ended up just calling suppliers asking if they had an account for my address. In the end it turned out that whilst 3 meters had been installed for the flats, only 2 had ever been registered. Without a contract with a supplier or even any readings for the years the flat had been there was no way we could be charged for our year's usage or for the few weeks until we moved out whilst a new account was set up. As the guy from the gas company said to me, "Congratulations, you have free gas." The annoying thing was that we'd kept the thermostat down during the winter to save money. Went totally wild for those last few weeks though. When in high school there was a company that offered money to run an advertising window at the top of your screen. It would monitor mouse movement to track whether you were at your computer and pay a small amount per hour. A buddy and I downloaded it and a mouse moving software and would run both 247, except when we were on the computer. Made a few $100s off of it before the company closed down. Not intentionally, but I discovered after the fact that a 29 bottle of local wine at the market wasn't on clearance for $6. It was a mistake in the system. It was really good and I probably bought 6 bottles or so over 3-ish weeks.